Hello, today I'm going to demonstrate how to use the advanced presentation mode with SightDeck. So today we're going to go over the prompting mode, the animated foreground mode with a still background, and the animated background with a still foreground. So in order to do these modes, I'll let you first take a look at these notes that we have on the screen for a second. And as I was saying before, we go into these modes, we have to set up these slides. These are slides that we provide for our SightDeck customers. So you'll see here at the top of these slides, we have these color bars. This is the prompting color bar. This will help trigger the prompting slide. So before we get going, you want to make sure that this slide is set to transition after 0.1 seconds. This is enough time for our camera to capture that bar, but too quick for the audience members to actually see this slide. So moving along. After that slide, we go into the slide which represents the prompt. So what you want you as a presenter to see, but is hidden from the audience member. So we put this on a black background, and anything that you want to show up on the screen will be on top of the black. This is also set to 0.1 seconds transition, as you see here. Enough time for our camera to capture it and put that on the prompt. So moving along. Now after this slide, we go into the slide that we do want our audience members to see. So this is not set to transition after any certain amount of time. However you want to show your audience, or whatever you want to show your audience, this is the slide. So that is how we set up the prompt. To get rid of the prompt, we have these slides here that we provide. This color bar, as you see, will disable the prompt. And following this slide, keep in mind this is set to transition after 0.1, but following this slide is just a plain black slide, also set to transition after 0.1. Okay, so that's how you set up and disable the prompt. Moving along to the advanced foreground mode. So this is where you have a still foreground, where you actually could have objects animate out in front of you. So let's start by looking at this slide here. Just like with the prompt, we provide a color bar here at the top. This one will represent this will trigger the still background. You see that this is also set to transition after 0.1 seconds. So this will lead into our next slide, the slide that will be captured as the background. So this is also set to 0.1, enough time for our camera or our system to set this as the background. And after 0.1 seconds, we'll go into this slide here. So anything that is on green from here on out will actually appear out in front of you. The green will become transparent, and this text here or anything that I have on this slide, like this yellow circle, can now animate in front of the presenter. And you could have as many of these slides on green as you want once that background is captured. Because this is the slide that you want to show your audience and is animated, we don't need to set it to transition after any certain amount of time. All right, so that's how you could animate objects out in front. And just like the prompting layer, we're able to disable this mode using this color bar here. Disables all advanced mode. Set that to transition after 0.1 seconds and have that followed by a pure black slide. And that'll be set to transition after 0.1, and that will end that part of your slideshow. So let's move on to animated background with a still foreground. So now you could have your logo, for example, appear out in front of you without animating, but actually have a video or some other type of animation playing behind you. So just as you saw with the other ones, this needs a color bar here, set to 0.1 seconds. So our camera could recognize the slide that comes up next as our still foreground. So let me erase here. After 0.1 seconds, we will find the slide that we want to be out in front of us. So once again, this is on green, but this will be captured after 0.1 seconds. It's just so we can move along to what we do want our audience to see behind us moving, which will be our background. Also, no need to set a transition time for this, because this will be, this could be a video, an undetermined time, playing behind the presenter. And you can have as many of these videos, transitions as you want as well, once that foreground is captured. So moving along, once you want that disabled, you could go to this color bar once again, which disables any advanced mode feature that you have here. Set the transition after 0.1 into this black slide, which will transition after 0.1, and in this case, completely end this PowerPoint presentation. So let's actually see how this looks in advanced presentation mode. I'll go through this really quick. Before we start this slideshow, make sure to go into SightDeck Manager and enable advanced presentation mode and check the option saying transparent on black. So let's take a look on how this looks here. Once again, you'll see exactly what we're doing on each one of these slides, and we'll see the outcome right now. Okay, so you'll see in my room here, you might not notice, but I have this information where I could see it. So you remember that yellow box? I'm able to actually see this. I could trace over it using it as a tracing tool, but you're not seeing this on the output here. So this can make the presenter look a lot more intelligent without having to rehearse very much. Something that I definitely appreciate here. Let's move on to the next one. Okay, so we captured this white background with these shapes behind me here, but notice that the text and that yellow circle was on green, so it's appearing out in front of me. I said we could animate this because we captured that still foreground. So you see how that object actually comes out in front of me here. So now let's take a look on a still foreground with an animated background. So as I was saying, you could have your logo here. In this case, I just have text out in front of me. And now that circle appears behind me and can be an animation. So this is our advanced presentation mode, a little how-to demonstration. You can do a lot of very interesting things, but if you have any questions, please feel free to contact us, corgan@ultimat.com, or just visit us at imat.com and check out some of our YouTube videos. Thank you.